Mr. Lewis.
Mrs. Lewis.
Are we doing this?
I think we should reveal ourselves.
Even more so.
Let's give them more something to talk about.
Shall we high five to that? Mr. Lewis.
Here we are again. Episode
4.
4.
We are getting through these.
How many languages do you know the number 4 in? I don't know why that's just coming to my head, but I put you right on the spot there, haven't
French and trois quatre.
I? You have to count to it though.
Yeah.
Spanish?
Absolutely not.
Mandarin?
Nope.
So just French?
Yeah, and English.
Okay.
And then that could be classed as Bayesian, and it could be Australian.
But if it's gonna be Australian or Beige, you've got to do it with an accent.
Nope, I'm out.
Come on.
Nope,
Australian.
I am not doing an accent.
4,
Absolutely.
mate. It's the number 4.
That was terrible.
And it's not terrible.
That is terrible.
No, Strofe.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
Rewind.
Okay. Welcome back.
Hey, peeps.
Welcome back. Here we are again.
Yes, we
Another
are.
episode. We're on fire.
We are. And I think it's because we've got so many things to cover.
Yeah. And this one's going to be all about how we started telling people that we was in a lifestyle.
This is going to continue from almost episode 2 when we spoke about being in lifestyle, how we got into the lifestyle, all of that sort of stuff. So episode 3 was just a bit of an info.
Yeah, it was definitely informative about terminologies.
Yes.
And about STIs. And
STIs, safe play. Yeah, it was a bit just giving you some information about the lifestyle so that we can move forward and know that you've got all the info. So we don't have to keep going backwards and forwards because we have got...
Do you remember the first person you told?
I remember being in a house party.
Yeah.
With not just one person.
I thought you was going to try and dodge it then.
I don't really want to talk about this one, but we will do because how many years was we in, do you reckon?
Why don't you want to talk about it?
I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those scenarios where I didn't even think about it. It was a drunken splurt out and it was a mic drop moment. And then I ran.
I remember it so well. So we was around Tony and Jane's house.
Yes.
Tony and Jane, who we mentioned in the first episodes that we started off our lifestyle journey with.
Yeah, definitely.
And we have other friends. Like there's mainly like 8 and 10 of us that was thick as thieves, but only obviously Jane and Tony, Kate and I knew what we was getting up to behind closed doors, right?
For years and years. For
so
about...
we was at it wasn't Halloween, it was a Christmas maybe. It was maybe just a party around there. I don't think there was a reason. I think
we just partied.
We just had a party around Tony and Jane's house. And Tony loves to DJ. He's a really good DJ and he loves it. And he's got all his decks out and stuff. And I like the idea of DJing, but I'm not very good at it. But I sat down at the DJ set with the headphones on and I was playing with his laptop and I was selecting music and stuff. And you're behind me. I can hear you talking.
Yeah. And
because I was proper. I was like a gangster DJ. I had like one ear set on. I was like scratching.
You was freaking terrible. But I just turned to one of our friends, and mind you, I had way too much to drink.
Oh, you was definitely pissed.
Yeah, way too much, and just
you better
just
get this right.
Get the present moment in. I don't drink at all anymore. Like I don't. But back then, I was a menace. I think
you was
say.
A fish.
Yeah, I was a bit like a fish. And I just turned to one of my friends completely out the blue, and just turned around and went, John and Jane are, I can't say the word because it's horrible, begins with F. And he looked at me and he said,
No, John wouldn't do that.
No, John wouldn't do that. Jane would not do that to you. And I went, don't worry about it. Me and Tony are too. And then
you walked off, took yourself to bed. Do you know what I did? I put the headphones on properly and just turn the music up. I was like, I cannot believe she's done this to me.
But at that point, the whole room went
Not for me, it didn't. My headphones went on.
it went silent. And yeah. And then I woke up the next day to...
So I gave it about 15 minutes. And then I took the headphones. Oh, this is good, this tone. Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, all right, mate. Yeah. Like that, because I knew that they knew, but they didn't know that I knew because they thought I didn't hear it. So I just pretended like nothing happened.
I can't believe I did that.
I just pretended like nothing happened. I pretended that...
I didn't exist.
I didn't know. That's what I did. And the next one, I was like, Kate, what the hell? I didn't think we was telling you. And he's like, oh, sorry, it just slipped out.
And everyone... Tony and Jane
slip out. You full bore told them. That was premeditated.
No, it wasn't.
It didn't slip out. It wasn't a slip of the tongue.
It was a slip of the tongue. It was absolutely. I can't even remember the conversation I was having, but I wouldn't have just blurted or premeditated, I should say. I just blurted it. I just thought, why not? Why the hell not? Well, in fact, I don't even know what I was thinking. I was too intoxicated. So anyway, friends knew about it, and that was it. And we just kept it.
Did they ever ask you about it afterwards? The next day
Yeah.
or the following
We
days?
had questions. We had questions for days, forever.
I didn't. No one mentioned it to me.
No.
So I knew everyone knew, but no one mentioned it to me ever.
Whereas my girlfriend,
liked it like that.
yeah.
I just kept quiet. I didn't tell anyone.
But you still didn't tell anyone anything anyway.
No.
There was.
Do you know why? Because I've always been so open about everything. I talk about everything to anyone. I'm not fussed. I'm not a secretive person. When we had financial difficulties years ago, I was open about it. When our marriage wasn't in a good place, I spoke about it. I've never really been one to hide information. And I think the reason behind that is if I don't hide anything, then no one's got any ammunition on me. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, of course, I told you that.
Yeah.
That was sort of my philosophy. But this one thing I actually quite enjoyed having as a little secret and being like, yeah, well, there's something about me you don't know.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. But then it got to a point for me where I had all of these wonderful experiences and stories to tell.
Yeah, but...
And I couldn't tell a soul.
I was going to say, going back to it, you would tell people what you get up to in a jokey manner.
That is
true. And you did that for so long.
That is true.
You literally, with work, with the lads, all of that sort of stuff, you would be like, oh, I went to a sex club last night. I went to this.
What are you up to this weekend? I'm going to a sex party. And they'd be like,
whatever, John.
You're so full of shit.
So full of it.
Obviously, I am.
And we actually were. Yeah.
So it wasn't until... I'm not going to fast forward. I'll come back to this bit in a second. But it was... The first person I told, actually, was some work colleagues. I was sat in the office and I just got asked a question. Oh, what are you up to this weekend then, John? And I didn't want to lie to him. We was going to the launch party.
Yeah, and mind you, we had been in the lifestyle for about 5 years.
Yeah, and I didn't want to lie.
I
didn't want to come up with another little thing. Me and Kate are doing this, or we're going to a conference meeting, or
it was a networking event, or Kate's got work at this place, or we've got family in this place. What gets me is the amount of excuses that everyone use for childcare, for going to parties and stuff like that.
I love hearing the stories.
Yeah, but you run out, don't you? You run out of excuses, and you get to the point where you're like, I am travelling 5 hours to this, and people will go, why are you going to a party in Liverpool? Why are you going to Leeds? Why are you travelling hours? Because we live so far south, we can say hi to France, whereas everything and everyone that we know lives up north.
Yeah.
So we would have to make up excuses
Yep.
every time. So, That's
all right, no, it's absolutely fine. So, I was asked by a colleague, what you up to this weekend? And in that moment, I decided I wasn't going to lie anymore. And I said, do you know what non-monogamous means? And they went, no. I said, well, Google it. I remember I was sat opposite her and just looking across the TV monitors, and she was like, what, like a swinger? I said, yeah. Who? And I was like, Kate and I. Yeah. I was like, no way. And then obviously a few questions. Where are you going? What is it? How did you get into this?
Everything, yeah.
And I was like, I need to tell your husband, another colleague. And so I'm going to wait around because obviously I don't want to have just told you and not him because it looks a bit weird. So
I'm not trying to recruit.
Yeah, and because I just blurted it out, I just thought I need to tell him. He come in the office later on. I'm like, do you know what non-monogamous is? He said, I know who you're going to say. And I was like, who? And he said a name. Anyway, he just started rattling on for like 5 minutes about how he had his suspicions and stuff like that. And he was like, see him in it. And I was like, mate, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. But well done for telling me that. I said, it's actually Kate and I. And again, he was like, nah. I'm like, yeah. And I explained it all again. And no one had a clue. I didn't have a clue. And he's like, well, you know, why have you told me? And I was like, I just don't want to lie to people anymore. Like, I'm not exactly ashamed of it. And also, I've been doing all of these crazy things and got all these funny stories and stuff. And I can't tell a soul. And I'm quite the storyteller. I enjoy this.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it did get to that.
So that was in September 23 when I started telling people. And I was very selective who I told.
But I was going to say, you told people then. But I didn't tell anyone else after that. I literally kept it between my girlfriends who was at that party.
Yeah, so you extended your girlfriend's group and you told a few people, didn't you?
Yeah, so the people at the group were my girlfriends that I were able to speak about it, because it gets to the point where I've got so many questions, or they've got so many questions, and I don't want to hold that information. I'm a big advocate, and I say it all the time about knowledge is power. So just ask me before you make an opinion or judge me.
I don't mind if people judge or have an opinion, to be honest with you. They're entitled to it.
Oh,
100%.
I
don't hold it against them.
But I just think that just find out some information.
Yeah.
So then you went on a podcast.
I did. So that was in September. Fast forward a little bit. We was in Windsor in the probably the December or something like that.
No, it was beginning of January. It was like
beginning of January.
Beginning of January.
We was in Windsor, wasn't we? We was all sitting around, and I said to Gage, you should have me on your podcast. He's like, yeah, all right, then come on. And I'm like, yeah, all right. Like, let me know when then. And he's like, yeah, all right. And then February come, and he's like, oh, you coming up to this podcast then? And I was like, oh, yeah.
And we hadn't really spoke about it, had we?
I said it just to take the piss.
Yeah. And the thing for us is, we always knew that as soon as we would do anything like that, put ourselves out there, people were going to know even more. But we wasn't ashamed of it. We just had to get all our ducks in order first. We had to be...
I didn't think it was fair that people we knew and cared about found out through a podcast.
Yes.
I felt it was important that we had that discussion with them first. So before I even agreed to go on the podcast, we had a discussion, and you wanted to make sure that your mum knew.
Family knew,
and your
exactly,
your close family.
Yeah, family knew.
And likewise, like I rang my sister, I told a few others as well, and just said
to me it was
situation.
Yeah, but it also got to a stage where, like I said before, it was the lying constantly about where we was that was really tough, because there's only so many times you can say I've got a networking event, or can you do this, and for childcare, and for this and for that. And I just got fed up of lying about it. And I'm not ashamed. It makes no difference what we do.
It wasn't about being ashamed, but was you not... You must have been nervous or fearful of what a reaction may have been.
100%. I think you always are. But you also hope that the people that you're going to tell, they're going to love you whatever. And they're not going to judge you for it.
That is the hope. But there is people out there that have been disowned because of...
Yes, of course. And I also am fully aware that there are a lot of people in the lifestyle that cannot tell anyone, and it is their secret between their couple, which is why it's so important to have these chats for us, I think, and be open with it, so that if there's any questions that people, they've got someone to turn to.
Yeah.
We are massive advocates of the lifestyle. It is the way that we have our marriage. It is the way that we do life. And if we can just help a couple of people just by talking about these topics, then that's great.
We said in the very beginning that we would like this to be informative, and if some people can gain just a small amount of knowledge from it, or some ideas on how they can navigate their journey, then we've done a good job.
Yeah.
So I did the podcast. I went on the podcast in, I think, late January, filmed that with Gage at the Swing Hub podcast. It's called Meet John. You should go and check that out. It's full of stories.
Plug.
It's full of stories. It's full of some funny stories that I might not even get a chance to tell on this, because this is more of a serious kind of conversational topic.
There'll be some... We will get to the good parts.
Whereas when I sat down with Gay, it's more of a lads chat.
Yes, lads.
And you know all of my stories.
Yeah.
So it isn't the same delivering a story to you as it would be to Gage, because Gage didn't know these stories, so I got like a true reaction. So I filmed this podcast. It came out late January, beginning of February. It's on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description or something like that, so you can have a look.
Absolutely not.
But absolutely. put a link. Anyway, I didn't say anything to anyone. I thought I'm just going to wait.
Yeah, we didn't say anything. But mind you, as the podcast did come out, everyone knew.
Everyone we
wanted to know knew about that we was in an open marriage.
Yeah. But the people that didn't know was like acquaintances or people we knew of in the local area and stuff like that. Old friends that had drifted apart, all of those sorts of things.
The ones that mattered.
Yeah, everyone that mattered knew because we told them.
And they didn't care.
So I couldn't wait for the first pop-up.
It took...
Months.
It was about nearly a year.
No, well, it was like May. It wasn't as far as... It was like January. I think I filmed it in January.
No, you filmed it in March.
I didn't.
Yeah, and then you kind of... There was absolutely nothing until... September time, I reckon.
I don't think it was as late as that, but who knows?
Who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And then I remember we were driving somewhere and we had an Instagram account that everyone had to request to follow.
Yeah, because I was conscious at that point that even though we had the podcast out, I was very conscious about who knew our stuff because I'm very open on there. And that's absolutely fine, but I don't... It was the judgment that I just thought... There's always that fear, isn't it? As soon as someone's going to call you cringe or something like that, like when you put something out on Instagram. I mean, I do not give a flying hoot now what I post on our Instagram at all, ever.
We eased ourselves into that mindset,
definitely.
Though. It wasn't
But we did, but we did close it off. But we got the friend request, didn't we?
We got a follow request, didn't we, from someone that we knew of. And
we wasn't the nicest of...
We was driving, wasn't we? And I was like, oh, there you go, it's out then. And you was like...
Yeah, we found this person we had a bit of a rapport with, and it wasn't a very nice rapport with them. And we knew that as soon as they found out about it, that it would just spread like wildfire.
Yeah, but no one... The disappointing part for me was that some of the people that were like... clearly then looking at our Instagram and trying to follow were what I considered acquaintances that could have picked up the phone to me.
Oh, of course.
It was actually only one or two people actually picked up the phone and said, bro, I saw your podcast, mate, made me laugh, or I saw your podcast, that you dark horse, that sort of thing. And I was like, cool. But it was the people that I thought should have picked up the phone, didn't pick up the phone. And that was disappointing for me.
And they were the ones that were just spreading it like wildfire.
Yeah, they were spreading it in WhatsApp groups.
But there was WhatsApp groups. We heard of people watching it at weddings. They had barbecue parties, and you was just all over everywhere. Our whole entire town. Our children got sent the podcast, and now, mind you, the children already knew about it. So as soon as they got sent the podcast, they were just like, "Yeah, and what?" Like they had such thick skin that it was old news, and I just loved that because I just felt that they could own it, and I think that was the thing. Like I think that everyone wanted us to be ashamed, and they wanted some dirt on us, but we put it out there.
Yeah, exactly. That they seemed. They seemed surprised that I wasn't ashamed or embarrassed or denied it. I'm like, it's on YouTube. Like, what do you think? What do you expect?
Yeah, and we knew that was going to happen. The people that we thought wouldn't do that to us, they did. They just kept going. And they still didn't even talk to us. They didn't, and denied it. It was absolute...
I didn't share it.
No.
I saw screenshots. The people that I was friendly with were sending me screenshots of people putting the podcast into WhatsApp chats. I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I did it.
Share it more. I'll get the view count up. I don't care.
Let's get some more counts for Swing Hub. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Like, we did not care, but it was. I think for us, we was more disappointed the amount of people that just went behind our back and didn't have the guts to front us.
When people did front it out, though, I had such admiration for them. I was like, yeah, it's true. What do you know?
Yes, and the same with me. It was totally different from me because I had clients with my business and with my job and stuff like that. I had clients talking to me about it. Oh, I didn't know what you get up to. I didn't know that you did this. We've seen the podcast.
Do you feel like you ever lost any clients?
No, I think that was the hope from some people that's what happened. But the majority of people do not give a flying hoot.
No.
They genuinely don't. They're not they're intrigued, but it doesn't stop us being John and Kate.
The most frequent thing I heard was, it's not for me, but you guys live your best life. And I'm like, yeah, cheers, I appreciate that.
And there's a lot of your friends are like, oh my God, you are literally living the life that I want to.
Yeah.
And it, like you say, it's not for everyone, but it just works for us. But it was a shame. And it was a bit tough because you were just constantly not watching your back, or I think for me, I was more watching our Instagram because at that point I opened it up. So the funny thing for us...
That's what we did, actually.
Yeah,
we didn't have to request to follow.
I didn't know. And then people that we knew started looking at our stories. They wouldn't follow us on Instagram. They were just... So every so often, we would get someone that we knew, and John's reaction to every single time, tell them what you used to do.
I had one on there that was someone I know I work pretty closely with, would go on there and look at it. And it was before we unlocked, actually, and he sent a follow request.
Yeah.
So what I did was I screenshotted his follow request, overlaid the follow request, overlaid that on top of a picture of me naked, but covered my private base. Yeah. And I sent it to him on WhatsApp and said, bro, if you want a naked picture of me, you just have to ask. And he was like, no, it's not what I was doing.
Like that. It's not like that.
I was like, yeah, it is.
I think for me, the question that always got me, that everyone used to say to you is, how do you let her? How do you let her do that? Or, I can't believe you let her do that.
Yeah. I had the same answer from the very outset.
Yeah.
You're not a possession. We're husband and wife and we're in a relationship together. I don't look at the dynamic and scenarios that we're in as in I allow you to do anything. I've never been that way inclined where I would ever say no to you doing something or stop you doing something.
Yeah, it was...
I would always offer an opinion and say, hey, this is what I think, but you've got to
make your own decision.
And equally, it's the same for both parties. Just guys seem to think that it's all right for them to do as they please, but it's not okay for the female to do as they please.
Oh my goodness.
That was the main consensus I got, because no one ever said, I can't believe Kate lets you do that.
Yeah.
No one ever said that to me. It was, I can't believe you let Kate do that or allow that to happen or are happy with that. And I was just like, you have no clue. And generally these are people from marriages that
have been cheating on.
Yeah, they've been cheated on, or there's some serious trust issues and all of that stuff. So, from my perspective, maybe don't go throwing stones if you live in a glass house.
Oh, 100%, because the information that we can find out from other people.
It's surprising how many people want to talk to you and throw dirt about.
Oh,
and
my
I love
goodness.
a gossip. One of my favourite phrases to people, I'm like, so what do you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean? What do you know then? You got any gossip for me?
But pretty much most of the gossip is normally about us. But the more we put ourselves out there, people are just bored now.
It's tailed off now.
Oh, yeah. And it's gutting, really. Because sometimes you're just like...
It was fun.
It was, yeah. We saw it as a bit of... At the beginning, it was a bit like a rabbit in a headlight moment. It was like...
For you, it was.
Yeah, it was. And I really appreciated how you dealt with it for us. It was...
Because I just messaged them.
Yeah, and you would be ballsy and just be like, here, mate, I saw that you watched the podcast, or I heard about it. What was your funniest bit?
What was your favourite story?
Yeah.
You watched the podcast.
And then they go...
No, I didn't know about that. Someone sent it to me and they start backtracking. Yeah. It's like... And what also confused me is when I asked them, who sent it to you? They'd be like, I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
But we already know who sent it around anyway.
And even if we didn't know, it's only because I was curious to how it came out originally.
Yeah.
I would like to know who was the first person to find it and what was their face like when they realised it was me. Was they like, holy shit?
Yeah.
I would love to have known that. But that's the reason I was asking, not because I particularly cared, but they felt they felt the need to go protective over the identity of the person who sent it to them, and it's like a YouTube link. Like,
Yeah.
It's like,
and if we didn't want people to know, you wouldn't have gone on a YouTube. You wouldn't have gone on a podcast.
Yeah.
So we've got nothing to be ashamed of.
No,
and that
absolutely not.
and I think that was what everyone was trying to do. They were trying to point fingers and they were trying to make a mockery of us. But the way that we handle things is we just own it. So if anyone says anything to me now, I'm just like, yeah, cool. What do you want to talk about? Like, what do you want to know?
What other frequently asked questions do you feel like we get?
Well, we get the, how did you get into it? Where do you meet people?
Yeah.
Is it keys in a bowl?
Yeah.
That's a big one.
I've never actually had to put my keys in a bowl.
No.
Which is a shame, because I like the idea of it.
No, you wouldn't. You'd freak out.
I would shit my pants.
You're bad.
I'd actually shit
You'd
my
be
pants.
like, who's keys are
I
they?
was trying to be brave then, but you've called me right out for it. So,
You would absolutely.
I wouldn't put them in there.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd put someone else's in there and snigger.
Just like you did with Jane and Tony and sent them on their way to their
I'd just snigger.
to their thing. But yeah, so
Another frequently asked question we get all the time is, would we go on open house?
oh yeah, that is a one that we've spoke about and we've toyed with it a few times.
I don't know if they're doing another one, and
No.
I think for me, I think we'd make interesting residents on there, and the reason I feel like we'd make interesting residents on there is that we are slightly different to every other couple that's on there. Most of the couples that go on there have content based and content creators.
Yeah.
And where we don't make any content and we are literally doing it because this is our hobby, not our business, I feel like it offers us a slightly different mindset to others on there.
And I actually agree with that, because for us, this is something that we've got for us.
Yeah.
We share it to the world. Obviously, everyone knows we're in the lifestyle, but the saucy bits are for us. And content creators, I do genuinely feel a little bit sad for them, because they're not doing it for kicks, really. They're having to. And I feel like we get the best.
There's that saying, isn't there, like that the camera adds £10 as well, isn't there? And I need to add 10 inches, to be honest with you. I don't think I've got the trunk for TV.
Oh my goodness, darling, you're perfect just the way you are. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no bloke ever wants to hear that in his entire life. Yeah, you're just perfect.
You are perfect. You tell me that I'm perfect just the way I am. You're perfect just the way that you are.
No, your manhood is perfect as well.
This is where your F comes in.
Oh God, from the last episode, Jesus Christ.
So yeah, going back to when it all came out, I feel like it could have been handled a little bit better, but we always knew that it was.
I think we handled it remarkably.
Oh, yeah, I definitely do.
I think the key to give anyone a little bit of advice if it starts getting,
a bit heated,
coming out, is just own it.
100%.
Yes, that's what we do. This is our lives. This is how we choose to live our lives. I think if you deny it, it makes you look like you're ashamed.
And guilty of something, that you're doing something wrong.
And you're not.
And just because we are not conforming to how...
It's gathering momentum, though, this lifestyle.
Oh, my goodness.
It's gathering momentum. I reckon in another 10 years' time, we won't be the minority. I reckon it'll be more...
Well, in 10 years' time, we might not even be in the lifestyle. We might be too old.
You might be. You're kicking on a bit now.
Absolutely.
To be fair, though, one thing you have learned is there's some guys out there that do like older women.
Brilliant. I never, ever, ever thought that I would be classed as an old woman. I absolutely... Please do not message me. My fantasy is an older woman. Oh, I know that there are some people that have that fantasy.
You're my old girl, aren't you?
I am so much younger than you.
So much.
So much. 18 months is younger. That is so much. But the very first time...
I thought I wasn't going to lie on this podcast.
18 months?
You're older than me.
Younger?
Older.
No, I'm not. Absolutely not. Who's 42 in March?
You're 42 in September.
I have just turned 40. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, for the third time.
No way. I'm not having this conversation with you. That is absolutely not happening.
Okay. No
but
worries.
yes, I do not like to be referred to as an older woman.
What do you like to be referred as?
Just Kate.
How... I'm going to slightly go off topic a little bit.
Side quest.
Side quest. I love that saying so much.
Yeah, I do
got
too.
that from Liv.
Yeah, she's a cool cat.
She started that, and I've adopted it. So we do steal ideas, like don't copyright sayings because we're going to take them. What is the best message you've received off the hip? Someone straight shooting, pow, someone shot a message into your DMs. What is the best message you've ever read as an opening gambit that you thought, yeah, I like that, I'm going to reply to this person?
Wow, you have put me on...
You can ask me the same question,
spot.
but I don't actually get any messages, so...
I respond to jokes. I can't think of one at the top of my head. I do not...
You don't have to think of a joke.
No, I genuinely don't. Like, there's only been probably a handful of people that have messaged me. I cannot bear anyone messaging me, hi, hey, you are beautiful, you are sexy, you are in my dreams, you are the stepmum that I wanted. It's not happening, people. It's not happening. Like, make me laugh. Like, grab my attention.
So a joke.
Yeah, a joke really works. Just, if you could see my DMs, they are revolting. I mean, there was this couple at the weekend that we went to, and I felt so embarrassed, actually. I don't know if you remember it, but he came up to me, and he was like, oh, do you remember I messaged you? And
on the
Swing Hub. And I thought to myself, I have absolutely no idea who you are. He went, yeah, you ghosted me. And I thought to myself,
I do remember this. He got his phone out and
Yeah.
even made sure and read the message out aloud.
Read the message. But what did I have to do to find his message? I had to go through and scroll 20 pages down.
A lot.
It was, and I said to him, I'm not being rude. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, please don't think of me as being really rude. And he was absolutely flabbergasted with the amount of message requests that I get on there.
Yeah. And then on contrast, I showed mine. Why is that funny?
It's just because if anyone knows you, you're an incredible guy, but I just don't know why you don't get your DMs.
I think there might be a setting I've messed up.
Gage just purposely...
I reckon Gage has blocked my Swing Hub account from receiving messages because he doesn't want me as direct competition.
No, I 100%...
He wants everyone for himself. That is what it is.
We've sussed out
Yeah,
why.
that's why I literally don't get any DMs.
Yeah, and this goes back to episode 3 where we was talking about hot wifing and hot manning, because it's a scenario that we have been looking to go down. So on Swing Hub, we have a couples account, and then we have now set up both our solo accounts, haven't we? So that we've got the opportunity to speak to singletons or couples as a hot wife or hot man, and that is where the DMs come from.
I was just thinking whilst you were saying all of that there's a common denominator here, and it's me between my account not getting any DMs, yours get loads, and then when we do like an introduction on Telegram, if we're going to an event and it's like DMs are open, we don't get any DMs.
What are you saying? That it's me?
No, I'm saying it's me. I was about to put the blame on you, but like the realisation sunk in that it's probably actually me, and no one wants to message me.
Well, you do message back on Instagram sometimes, and your responses are pretty hilarious and a bit frank.
Do you remember I woke up in the morning and some guy's messaged like a picture of himself in the morning, like in the middle of the night, like he's laying on his bed like this, he's like pouting.
I can't believe.
And there's a caption underneath saying, "You've got me so horny." So I've woke up all starry-eyed. I'm like that. Snap. And I've sent one back going, "Cheers, babes."
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. He must have thought, wow, she's messaged back and it's a picture.
Yeah.
Opened it and saw my sleepy eyes.
The problem is, I think that when people see a joint account or a couple, they don't genuinely think that the guy is going to reply. And mind you, 99% of the time, I do all the socials. You very, very, very rarely do.
I'm like a moderator.
Yeah, you
I
are.
jump on and just make sure no one's overstepping the mark.
Yeah, or sometimes I'll say to you, please, can you just sort this one out because it's getting a bit too much. But we do need to sort your DMs out. So, ladies, if there is anyone that would like to take
You know
Mr.
things
Lewis...
are bad when your wife's begging for you.
I'm not begging.
It sounds like begging.
I am
Please don't do that.
I'm not begging. Don't be shy.
I'm going to change it though.
Don't be shy.
Guys, Kate likes jokes. Send her a joke.
Send me a joke.
She likes dad jokes.
I don't like dad jokes.
What kind of jokes do you like then?
I don't know. Just funny ones. I'm not. Maybe dad jokes are quite a good one.
What did the policeman say to his beer belly?
No idea.
You're under arrest.
My.
That's me. Got the deal sealed tonight.
I think on that note,
Peace out.
we're peacing out with Mr. Vestman.
I've made her laugh. That's it now.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you again on the next one.
Do we know what the next one is?
I don't.
You never do. I do.
Have you told me?
Yeah. So, good night, peeps.
I do not remember this. Nobody ever told me. Love you, darling.
Love you.